Hey guys, I'm graduating in a year with a degree in special education. As a future public school teacher, what can I do to mentor boys in need of father figures without overstepping professional boundaries? How can I create a classroom culture that doesn't shame boys for being boys? How can I effectively teach to their learning styles?
Yeah, I think we talked about this several weeks ago, but the biggest thing I think you're going to need to do with boys is have some sort of experiential learning, right? If you purely teach from the textbooks, you're going to have a hard time connecting with these boys. Like you don't want to learn from a textbook. No boy wants to learn from a textbook. And this is why girls seem to thrive when it comes to education and getting into college. And now we see more women getting these jobs and career opportunities because of it. So I think you're going to have to find a way to get them to get more of their senses involved in the learning and growing and educational process, whether that's through field trips or competition in the classroom. I really like the idea, Kip, I think you had of partnering them up in the class and letting them compete to some degree to what you can and seeing how that would foster a healthy dose of competition and excitement in the young men that you're going to be dealing with. But yeah, the more senses you can get involved, the more you can get them outside of the classroom, the more that you can get them engaged beyond just reading out of a textbook, the more success you're going to have. I commend you for going into this field, primarily driven by women. But man, we need more men teaching these boys what it means to be a man. And look, here's the deal. A woman cannot fully teach a young man what it means to be a man. She can teach a lot about what it means to be a good person, but there's so many different nuances and experiences and hormones that a woman's never going to understand about a young boy. And it's going to take you as a teacher, potentially, as the only male influence in these young men's lives in a lot of cases to do that. I had some great coaches in my life when I was young, and I really credit them with a lot of the growth and success that I've had as a young man, and even me being almost 40 years old now. So you can be instrumental in these kids' lives. But you got to get their noses out of the textbook and get them into experiences, and they're going to have more success.
Well, and I think also to add, Ryan, is they're going to connect to him differently because he is a male. So he brings something else to the table because being a male, he understands things differently and those kind of things. But the boys are going to relate to him differently because they're the same. And even if those same things were being taught by a female, they wouldn't relate as the same way. So there's going to be a natural connection that's going to form. What's your thoughts, Ryan, on him saying being a quote unquote father figure without overstepping professional boundaries, kind of being that? I mean, do you think that's just going to innately happen? Is there any thoughts there?
Well, I mean, I don't think you can get too close, right?
Yeah.
And that could pose a danger to them and also a risk to you. And you certainly don't want to do that. So yeah, you have to maintain the professional distance just like you would in any other work environment. You're not
as
going
a
to
boss and the leader.
Close.
Sometimes we have to do this. Yeah.
Right. So you're not going to be intrusive. You're not going to get into their personal lives and their personal stories. You're going to learn about them. You're going to learn about what they're going through, and maybe they disclose some of that information to you, but be guarded, be shielded. Protect yourself, protect them as well, and maintain the distance, the emotional connection, but realize that you are playing an integral part in their life. But the personal one-on-one closeness is something that just can't happen. It just can't happen. You're just exposing yourself to all sorts of risk that could be jeopardizing, frankly, your career and your livelihood. So be careful there.